Well, I'm on the farm today, and it has been raining. Rained a little bit last night and then rained this morning, but there's been a pretty good breeze throughout the afternoon. Kind of knocked off about noon. It's about 6 o'clock this evening, and but you know, when I run my feet through the grass, I'm really not picking up much in the way of moisture, and the humidity's dropped, and I'm gonna try to cut a little bit of hay. Not in this field, but in our low ground, which I'll take you to here in just a little bit. In spite of the rain we had, it didn't raise the creek that I can tell, and it certainly didn't muddy it up. This creek looks like August. That's how dry it is here. What little rains we get, it seems like it's just enough to keep us out of the hay field, but it's not enough to you know, make a significant difference in moisture. I don't know that we're in a drought, but it's pretty dry. Started the Massey 1105, let it kind of get warmed up a little bit, and got the Krone 2801cv on it. I just put the kickstand up just a second ago, and we're going to kind of proceed out in that direction to my low ground. Also got the Massey Ferguson hat. It would be in very poor taste to wear a John Deere hat while you're driving a Massey Ferguson tractor, in my opinion. So it's a little hard to see, but we're going to be mowing hay down in this low ground out along the woods there. And I got to be kind of careful. I've already driven through with my Massey Model 50. We got it's called an ash borer, and it's just devastated the ash trees on this farm. There's one straight out there, and there's several along the creek. And even since I was in there picking up limbs during the spring, new limbs have come down. So I'll be mowing off the edge of the woods a little bit, and I won't be getting this whole field all the way out to the edge. We might come back in with a sickle mower, something like that later on, and maybe get some gleaner hay. But I'll be taking it somewhat slower, just to be mindful of obstacles. And anyhow, let's see if we can cut some hay. This field has some pretty good timothy in it yet, and maybe you can see the heads. I'm running in third gear, low range, multi-power load. And again, I'm not looking to make any land speed records, especially out here next to the woods. There's a lot of Timothy in this part of the field. You can probably see my tracks up ahead where I've been in here with the Model 50 Massey, just kind of scouting it out. I don't really like to drive over the grass like that and knock it down, but it's the only way I can know what lays off of the edge of the woods into the field after the grass is grown up. That grass is almost as tall as my Krone. It cuts it like it's nobody's business. And you know, I got minimal water on my tires, and it did rain. It did rain out here last night and this morning, but we did have some favorable wind, and as I mentioned, the humidity has plummeted. So hopefully things are going to dry out. We got a couple of clear days. This is a Tuesday, and we'll be calving tomorrow, maybe again on Wednesday, and then try to bale on Friday. I'll be taking a day of vacation. Kind of breaking out to the west field here. Again, down there is the low ground. I think I got a bale of hay sitting in here somewhere that went over the side. Kind of looking for it. I'm pretty sure that my mower will probably reprocess a bale of hay, but I prefer to get it out of the way. Right over there is a dead ash tree in the middle of this field. We got to cut it down. But instead of mowing around it, I'm going to be going that way and back. And anyway, the goal was to try to evade some of these limbs. You may be able to see one down there. There's a limb right over there, a pretty good size limb, and it's not critical that I get every square inch of this field, but it needs to be cut. And so I'm going to cut this section right in here, and then I'll come back and I'll trim down back in there where I can get to it. I will not be coming back this way to get this strip right through here. I can go a little faster. I can kick it up into multi-power high, which I probably will here in a little bit. But just kind of feeling my way through. I'd like to get all these trees out of this field. We left them in here. We kind of had it cleared off. And kind of left them in here just for visual reasons, and but honestly they're in the way. All I need to do is get a side pull mower or a side pull baler and hook that tree, hook one of those trees. That would cause me to probably cry. Once I get on around here one more time, I'll kick this thing up into multi-power high, and I'll get a little better ground speed, make a little better time. And I need to pull need to pull my couple of hay wagons out here and get them positioned. And but I thought I'd cut the hay, try to cut this hay before the dew really came in. And you know, when you see this video, I'm not sure when it's going to go up. I've got some other haying videos in the can, and I'm not very good at just blasting out videos every day. I've tried it, but in some ways I think it probably turns off the viewer to get, you know, a bazillion notices that, you know, you got a video waiting on you to watch, and then, you know, you're watching other people's videos too. So I wouldn't say I'm slowing them down, but they'll kind of ebb and flow, I guess is what I'm saying. And that might take a little bit for this one to get out. I'm gonna kick it up in the multi-power high, third gear, get a little better speed, and sure hope I don't run over any baby deer out here. They're everywhere. I'm kind of keeping a watch, but sometimes they're just hard to see. Shadows are starting to come as the sun sets in the west. We've been slow to cut hay. The weather, you know, not in a drought, but we're also not getting a lot of rain, except that we get enough rain to keep us out of the hayfield. Just getting a 3-day window is really tough. And I haven't used my hay preservative yet, but the rate things are going, I can see the potential if the thunderstorm looks like it's going to ruin our hay. Got the air conditioner on. I didn't think I'd use it. You know, the temperature outside is about 72 degrees. The rain that we did have kind of cooled things down, and then the lower humidity. But the sun shines on this can. You know, it's a bunch of sheet metal and it gets hot. So I got it and I use it. I highly recommend air conditioning on a tractor. This Massey Ferguson had some work done on it last year, I guess, before hay season started. I had there was a refrigerant line that leaked. They replaced it. They had to put a new compressor in. It was already 134A, but they put a sanded compressor in. I think that's how you pronounce it. I hope I get a lot of years out of it. Into a turn, I try to take the back right wheel on that mower. Stop turning. That kind of gives me the best turn without, you know, my tractor wheel getting into the mast of the mower conditioner. That's the last thing I want. I don't know how many bales I'll get out of here. When I do the whole field, I get close to 300 bales when I go all the way down to the other end and, you know, all the way out to the edge of the woods. I'd be pretty happy if I got 100. I mean, if I got 200 bales. Might get 180. I don't know. I might get more than 200. I just don't know. I'm not very good at estimating that. I got plenty of fuel, you know. I fueled this thing up, and this tractor is very fuel efficient. It's got plenty of power for what I'm doing. I haven't put it on the baler yet, but I probably will. I'd like to get another equal angle hitch for my John Deere, because the drawbar thickness on this big Massey compared to my John Deere is, you know, it's pretty substantial. So I have to take shims out of that equal angle hitch on my baler when I put it on the Massey. It'd be nice just to be able to pick up a equal angle hitch that's dedicated to this tractor, so I can hook it up and go. All right, I'm gonna keep going here, and I'll check back here in just a little bit. Well, I'm making progress, and not going super fast. You know, the hay looks heavy, but typically in grass as thick as this, it's not as thick as it could be, but typically in grass like this, I'd be running high range first gear between multi-power high and low. But just think I'll take it easy this evening. I got nothing better to do, and it's not going to take too long since I'm just cutting this little spot right in here. The shadows have pretty much covered up the field, and you might be able to see them creeping up on the side of the mountain up there. I'll come back. Krone's done a nice job cutting this stuff. Some places it's thin and some places it's really thick. And I would highly recommend the Krone disc mower conditioner. I I think they're a Cadillac. You know, you got an all-gear drive machine. There's no belts. And unlike some mower conditioners, every turtle is cut on the Krone has shear protection. And I know some mower conditioners, maybe it's not a big deal, but I know some mower conditioners don't have it on the first turtle or the last one. The Krone, the cutter bar is driven from the rear. So it's not like there's a U-joint, a PTO shaft dropping down vertically to drive the cutter bar on the first turtle. And that's where a lot of them don't have shear protection, because it's a direct drive all the way back to the gearbox. And the way the Krone cutter bit is made, you know, it's a series of intermeshing gears, and so it doesn't have that arrangement, so they can put a shear on each, you know, on each turtle. Thought I'd bring you out here and let you hear this Krone and the Massey. You can see I got a pretty good stubble. I've got high shoes on that mower. And so kind of finished this part of the field, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mosey down in there and mow what I can, and then I'll come back and we'll finish the video. Alright, so I just finished cutting what I was going to do here on this end of the field, and I actually cut a little more than I thought I was. I was able to go on out up around that bush out there, and but there's a lot of limbs along the edge of the woods that have just come in since spring, and that tree right there is like, just I don't know, it's a gift that just keeps on giving. I like to let the engine run at a higher idle when I come off of a heavy load, you know, like cutting this hay. And then sometimes when you put a tractor, or at least our tractors, when you put them in idle, the temperature will want to jump up a little bit. So I just kind of take the load off of it, and you know, it's not running full out or anything like that, but kind of see what we cut. Made our way around these trees and cut this field right in here, and then I kind of went back on that end of the field and scavenged what I could. Like I say, there's limbs all around that tree, and there's limbs all up and down this field. And I scouted this thing this spring, you know, when the grass was short, but still get limbs falling off these trees, mainly ash. The ash borer has just devastated everything, you know, as far as ash trees. And then I'll probably come back in here this year. I have to see, but might go back into some of these corners. And I didn't cut gleaner hay last year. I thought I would, but this year I might, and just kind of make a little cow and goat hay money. So in any event, there's the mighty 1105 Massey Ferguson, wonderful tractor. The Krone 2801cv impeller tine disc mower conditioner. And we got another little field here cut, and this is a Tuesday. I'll ted it out tomorrow. Be a full day of sun on it, and I'll ted it out tomorrow. And I may ted it again on that'll be Wednesday. May ted it again on Thursday and Friday. As only I can do. I'm taking a half a day of vacation. I think I might have said a day earlier in the a day of vacation earlier in the video, but I'll be taking a half day of vacation and coming out here and baling this up. Shouldn't take too much. So again, appreciate you watching, and feel free to leave some comments. Hit the thumbs up if you like. I see them, but I don't display the thumbs up and thumbs down, and the reason I do that is because I don't like to give I think my videos are okay. They're probably not great, but I'm not sure they're deserving of a thumbs down, and I just don't like to give the person that gives me a thumbs down the satisfaction of seeing that he did it, but I see it. So if you like the video, again, feel free to comment. We'll be running the tedder through here, and then doing the rake with the Vermeer TR90 tedder rake combo. And so once again, the 1105 Massey Ferguson, the Krone 2801cv disc mower impeller tine conditioner, and we got some hay on the ground. So we'll talk to you later.